Good evening. I want to call our December 18 Newton County Board of Education to order, please. Could I have a moment of silence, please? Thank you. Stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Fury, I understand we have no special recognition.
That is correct. Not this evening.
We have no public participation. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Johnson. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carried. Need approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carried. Superintendent's report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In the financial report, the SPLOST 4 distribution for October was $1,213,396, which is an increase of $244,592 from last month's collection. The title ad valorem tax collection for October was $57,933, and expenditures are within budget at 40.82% expended, with 41.67% of the year complete. And then finally, Georgia law requires that we publish a schedule of SPLOST expenditures for FY18 by December 31, and that is available, included in your information tonight for your review.
Thank you.
And that is the financial report.
I need a motion to approve the financial report, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item B.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have the portion of the report that deals with the strategic plan and the enrollment report. Under student achievement and success, the Newton County School System grades 6 through 11 math help page has been created to help guide students and parents with mathematics resources outside of the classroom. Even though every child's specific needs may not be addressed on this site, there are several resources to assist and guide each student on his or her mathematics journey. Students click on specific courses to gain access to videos, PowerPoints, graphic organizers, and other resources specific to each standard. Newton County School System grades 6 through 11 math help page is accessible from the icon found on the Canvas page. Newton County School System teachers participated in a training on recognizing the traits, aptitudes, and behaviors, otherwise known as TABs, surrounding the gifted construct in November. During training, teachers were challenged to look beyond test scores and focus on characteristics of gifted individuals. Teachers will pay particular attention to these characteristics during the system's TABS Universal Screening Window. The TABS Universal Screening Window is scheduled to take place from January 14, 2019 through January 25, 2019. Parent notification will be provided with reports on Thursday, January 10, 2019. In the area of high-quality workforce, Newton County staff members, Dr. Casey Hutchinson and Mr. Adam Fayal, had the opportunity to present at the Georgia Educational Technology Conference in Atlanta in the month of November. During their presentation, Dr. Hutchinson and Mr. Fayal shared Newton County's vision of technology and showed how the ViewPath audio enhancement system helped amplify voice as well as transform teacher performance with reflective practices. Title III and the ESOL department provided ESOL teachers with professional development by Ms. Amy Locker, WEDA certified trainer on culturally and linguistically responsive teaching. Teachers were able to participate and a culturally responsiveness inventory to determine their personal level of cultural sensitivity. Additionally, teachers discussed effective instructional practices used in culturally and linguistically responsive classrooms. ESOL teachers will use this knowledge to support mainstream teachers of English learners in their schools. Culture, climate, and communication. The Newton County School System book bus was on the Covington Town Square for the lighting of the square. During this event, community members were able to come on the bus and pick out books of interest. Citizens of all ages enjoyed the bus and chose books. The district is continuing to prepare for the advanced ed visit scheduled for March 2019. Dr. Thomas updates administrators monthly at the district leadership meetings. Teachers and administrators have reviewed all school information to which advanced ed team members will have access to prior to and during their district and school visits. And finally, under operational effectiveness, soccer and baseball fields have been overseeded with cool weather grasses in preparation for spring sports. This process allows for a denser playing turf and protects the root zone of the warm weather turf, which promotes higher wear tolerance throughout the year. And finally, on November 7th and 8th, school system counselors attended the Georgia Association of Counselors annual conference in Macon, Georgia. The conference focused on trauma-informed care in schools. Counselors learned to assist school personnel on how to handle students with issues related to trauma. Trauma can include hunger, overcrowded living conditions, loss of two-parent homes due to divorce, death of a family member, physical and/or emotional abuse, and homelessness. That concludes the strategic plan report.
Could I get a motion to approve item B, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Mr. Johnson. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries.
I'm not opposed, I'm gonna abstain from it.
Okay. Mr.,
The enrollment report?
yes, item C.
As presently, we have 19,825 students. This is an increase of 109 students more than we had at this time last year. That is the enrollment report.
Thank you, sir. Could I get a motion to approve item C?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Mr. Johnson. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Old business, we have none. We'll move to new business. Under item A,
Good evening.
good evening.
Under item A, the superintendent recommends the budget for FY19 be amended to include a 2% one-time pay adjustment in January for all employees in the approximate amount of $2,040,000 and a permanent 1% 403B employer contribution increase for TRS employees in the amount of $615,000. Additionally, the superintendent recommends that the budget for FY19 be amended to include the hiring of 5 system-assigned paraprofessionals for first grade at an approximate approximate cost of $100,000. Lastly, the superintendent recommends that the budget be amended to include the following one-time adjustments. Applicable expenses for math textbook adoption in the amount of $1.8 million. Applicable expenses for STEM initiatives, $100,000. Applicable expenses for a tutoring program, $150,000. Applicable expenses for extended learning opportunities, $200,000. Applicable expenses for a social emotional pilot program, $25,000. Applicable expenses for safety enhancements, $176,000, and applicable expenses for Sharp Field scoreboard with camera system, $100,000. The initial budget process is completed during the spring of each year. During the initial budget process, some items are unknown, therefore estimates are used. A budget review session is held in the fall after final information is received and analyzed. This budget review allows the board to identify areas of need that would have been budgeted during the initial budget process and also allows the board to continue efforts to restore cuts made during the recession. Most of the cuts during the course of the recession had to come from employee salary and benefits, and so it is appropriate to use these funds to begin first by restoring salary and benefits to employees. Also, in keeping with our plan for increased student achievement, it is necessary to offer additional curricular and instructional programming and materials as well as STEM initiatives. Budget options follow this memo and are represented in the attached charts.
Can I get a motion to approve item A?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, have a motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns?
A quick question.
Sure.
Just the 403B match, if we approve this 1% tonight, what would that increase our match to?
The 1% will make the contribution be 5.5%.
5.5? Thank you.
Any other questions? Having none, all in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item B.
And item B, the superintendent recommends the adoption of the fiscal year 20 tentative budget calendar. The budget calendar is set to coincide with the adoption of the final budget prior to the adjournment of the final board meeting in June. Once enrollment projections are finalized, schools will receive an allotment that will have projected student enrollments and staffing for the 19-20 school year. Staffing will be based on the maximum class size as approved by the State Board of Education. Guaranteed budgets will be based on per student dollar amounts as indicated on the attached calendar. The per student dollar amount is increased by $10 from FY19. The calendar provides time for principals to discuss budgets and receive input from their staff prior to submitting their guaranteed budget. Time is set aside for the board to hold budget work sessions and public hearings as may be needed or required.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve item C, please?
So moved.
I need a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Johnson, motion by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Ms. Baker?
Just B.
Yeah.
Yeah, B. Item B. Item B.
I'm making a motion for item B, yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, we have a motion, and we also have a second. Questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item C.
In item C, the superintendent recommends the renewal of the contract for the maintenance program provided by Harris School Solutions for Next Gen Financial Software. The program period covers the 2019 calendar year. The total cost of the maintenance program is $36,639.79. Harris School Solutions designs, develops, and builds software and hardware to meet the needs of K through 12 school districts. They were one of the first to offer financial management tools for the K through 12 market and have been in the business for over 30 years. NextGen, the financial software used by the school system, is an enterprise resource planning solution that offers a fully integrated suite of fund accounting and business management modules. The maintenance program includes technical support, troubleshooting, and resolution of issues that affect the software or its operations, a customer support program, training information, and all software releases, updates, and enhancements. The funding source for this item is the approved FY19 general fund budget from function 2500, object 300.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve item C, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns?
Just a comment. What
Mr.
will be eliminated in the existing system? Will this be totally new?
Yeah, this is not new. This is a renewal of our current system that we have.
Okay, sorry.
Any
Thank
other-
you.
Yeah.
On the invoice, it did have a new cost center that had a price. I didn't know if that was a new,
We had to add Rise Academy.
oh, gotcha, okay. Awesome, thanks.
Any other questions? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item D.
In item D, the superintendent recommends band instruments and accessories needed for middle and high schools be purchased from Music and Arts of Frederick, Maryland. The total cost of the purchase is $73,585.93. Each middle and high school was allocated funds based on student enrollment for the replacement of band instruments and accessories. A summary of those costs for each school is included for your review. The funding source for this item is the approved FY19 Capital Projects Fund from Function 1000, Object 615, and this is related to student achievement and success. And that is item D.
Okay, I need a motion to approve item D, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item D, E.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the annual renewal contract awarded to Manning Enterprise Incorporated consultants of Hickory, Pennsylvania for E-rate consulting services be renewed for an additional contract period. The effective date of renewal will be December 19th, 2018, and the expiration date will be December 18th, 2019. Annually, the Technology Department issues solicitation for telecommunications, internet access, and internal connections as part of its E-rate process. E-rate is a federal government program designed to fund affordable access and advanced telecommunication services in libraries and schools down to the classroom level. As an E-rate program, it has extensive and ever-changing regulatory requirements. It is deemed necessary to enlist the services of a consultant to both ensure compliance and maximize funding. K-12 consultants assist in development and review of E-rate solicitations as well as assuring submissions, products, and services received are in compliance with E-rate rules and regulations. They prepare and file the required forms at every juncture of the multi-stage application and approval and funding process, maintaining all required records, prepare and submit the required yearly audit. Finally, the K-12 consultants actively and successfully work to increase both funding and funding requests and the amount of E-rate funds received. The cost of these services is set at 10% of the approved funding dispersed to the school system. Funding source will be approved the FY19 budget. Upon approval, FY20 budget from funding 2800, Object 300, and the strategic goal is in the area of organizational and operational effectiveness.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item E?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carried. Item F.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the
Good
board.
evening.
Item F, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract for a comprehensive custodial program be awarded to Supply Works of Doraville, Georgia. The effective date will be January 21st, 2019. The expiration date, January 20th of 2020. The estimated contract value is $541,168. A request for proposals, which is a solicitation for a comprehensive custodial program, was issued November 6, 2018. The RFP process was chosen because this procurement method allows officials to identify the best value by using weighted criteria and price rather than price alone. The solicitation prescribes a turnkey solution and includes the following components: the extension of an environmentally friendly cleaning program, a full line of supplies including consumables, chemicals, dispensing stations, janitorial products, and supplies, the delivery of a master plan detailing processes to ensure clean facilities, implementation of a comprehensive training program which teaches the skills required to achieve the objectives of the master cleaning plan, a wide variety of effective and efficient equipment options, and the repair and service of all equipment to ensure optimal operation. 5 vendors submitted proposals in response to the solicitation. The proposal documents were reviewed, evaluated, and scored via a multi-stage process by a team of school system personnel. The vendors and their scores are provided below in the table. Upon review, the proposal offered by Supply Works received the highest score and was deemed the overall best value to the school system. They were also the overall lowest price. The funding source is approved FY19 and, upon approval, FY20 General Fund, Function 2600, Objects 430, 610, and 615.
Can I get a motion to approve item F, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns?
Yeah, I have a comment, question.
Sure.
Do you monitor the amount of supplies and consumables that are used during the year to ensure that we are not being overcharged from a contractual standpoint?
We do monitor it. The way this, the contract is structured is it's a fixed price. So the supplies, chemicals, consumables are all delivered to each school for a fixed price.
So you know that price now?
Yeah, it's $541,168.
No, that's just one component of the total price. I'm specifically zeroing in on supplies and consumable chemicals as such. How do you know whether we're getting a fair shot, a chance, at a fair price?
So the chemicals and consumables are included in that price.
Do you monitor it? How do you monitor it?
We do get reports on how much is used, how much is delivered to the schools.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, just a quick one.
Mr. Bailey?
The cost proposal from Supply Works was $414,834, but the estimated contract value is $541. Just help me understand the difference.
The equipment list, the equipment repair, some of
Uh-huh.
those items are not included in the base price.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest items.
Gotcha. So it didn't have anything to do, Supply Works still wins the metric that you use and then, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Any other questions?
That's why I pointed that out.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carried. Item G.
Item G, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract for plumbing services be awarded to Talon Plumbing of Tucker, Georgia. The effective date will be December 19th, 2018, and the expiration date will be December 18th, 2020. Is that right? No, 2019, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. The estimated contract value is $205,000. A request for proposals, C910-31, a solicitation for a one-year contract for plumbing services was opened November 12th, 2018. RFP process was chosen because this procurement method allows officials to identify the best value using weighted criteria and price. The solicitation prescribes a turnkey solution for comprehensive plumbing services, including pipe and sewer repair, replacement or new installation, leak detection, repair services, installation, repair, plumbing fixtures, maintenance and repair of lift stations, and all necessary types of inspection services. 4 vendors submitted proposals. In response to this solicitation, the vendors' proposal documents were reviewed, evaluated, and scored via a multi-stage process by a team of school system personnel and stakeholders. The vendors and their scores are provided below. Upon review, it was determined the proposal submitted by Talon Plumbing offered the best value to the school system. They were also the lowest overall price. The funding source is approved FY19 and upon approval, FY20 General Fund budget from Function 2600, Object 430.
Could I get a motion to approve item G, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns?
I have a question.
Yes, sure, Ms. Baker.
Who did we use last year? I know in years past, I remember using Royal Flush but is this a new company?
It is.
Okay, because I wasn't familiar with this name. So, so outside of the pricing and stuff, which looks a lot better than, and I could just only go by Royal Flush because I know we've used them before. There's a big price difference. But outside of the pricing, who else, like as in terms of a school district or a large organization, has used Talon Plumbing? And what has been, and I know in the proposal it has their response time, but did you find out how they were in terms of response time? Like, did you reach out to any of the people who have used them before?
We did. Gwinnett County uses them, and also City of Atlanta, not Gwinnett County Schools, but Gwinnett County government, I guess. And also, City of Atlanta is one of their big municipal clients as well.
Okay. So in terms of that, so, because I don't know Gwinnett County and City of Atlanta in terms of structures, like, I mean, I just kind of think the City of Atlanta have one building. I'm not sure about Gwinnett County. Like, was there an organization that has multiple buildings that?
Yeah, they service they have lots of buildings, and they
Okay.
service all of them.
Okay, when you say the city, I'm thinking of the main city building.
Yeah,
the
that's
city
the City
administrative.
Hall, yeah, but they have other outlying facilities as well.
Okay,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
what, and so they gave a good referral for them?
I believe so, yes.
You believe so? Okay,
Talon Properties.
but it's for 1 year, and then we'll see how they perform in that 1 year.
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
I have one question. Were we not satisfied with Royal Flush?
It's a big price difference on here.
I know. And the reason I asked that question, because if we were, why would we want to pay more?
It's a good question, sir. Thank you for asking that. I think we're getting a better hourly rate, which is what all this is based off of with the new company, and they did have, they did produce a very good technical proposal. And they also have a number of crew. They have 16 fans, I believe, 16 crews. So I think the response time, to answer Ms. Baker's question, is going to be very good. They have crews that live here locally as well, so.
Yeah, I understand that, but I guess my only concern is that, was it we just not pleased with Royal Flush? And if we were, why we want to pay more?
No, this is not paying more. This is less.
This is less.
It's a lot less.
Yeah, this
I
is-
know, but I'm sorry. Why would we pay less if we getting the services that we're getting from this company, from Royal Flush?
I'm sorry.
If this company is charging less from the service we're getting, what would we be cutting out of our use?
Yeah, we're not cutting anything from the contract. It's just a lower hourly rate. We're currently paying $94 an hour for a licensed plumber. This is $72 an hour. So we're going to be getting a better financial deal. That's a better price
Okay.
for us.
Any other questions?
I do have another question. I don't know anybody from Royal Flush, so I don't want anybody to say anything, but were they not willing to lower their costs because we've had them for so long?
They went, as you can see, their current cost is $94 an hour, and they went to $110.
Yeah, it's 110. That's a big difference.
It is a big difference. I'm not sure. The market's very strong right now. Construction's very strong, so maybe they're
And 110 is 70. Hold on, let me go back to the number.
72.
72. That's a huge difference. That's $38.
It is. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Do you know how old Talon is? How old the company is? I know it's here in
20
my notes somewhere,
I
but
think they were founded in the 90s. You're asking me,
I'm sorry.
okay, no, it's about 12 or 15 years.
But I
Okay.
In the
see
2000s.
their net income, it just doesn't look good last year, so I hope they're gonna make it. But you guys bet all that, but I saw the financial score is perfect, and I'm seeing a negative net income last year, so it's just, I don't know, I would be interested in the matrix that you use.
Well, I can assure you that I will personally watch it very closely, as I do our current
I know you do.
contractors.
So their current office, I know people like, y'all holding up on plumbing, but that's waste. So I'm always concerned about that. That's like.
I am too.
waste
You're
and
speaking my
stuff. So
language.
it's something that has to work. And so, but the current office is on Pryor Street downtown, but their plumbers they're at home with their own truck. Do they?
That's right. That's
So they come from, and it's some that live in this area?
There are.
Okay. You know how many?
I know that he mentioned one guy by name, and I don't have his name, but who lives in Covington.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
I think there's a couple,
They're 12 years old, I think.
Okay, any other
2005
discussion?
or 6.
Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same, motion carried.
Thank you.
Item H.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Item H, the superintendent recommends the purchase of large kitchen equipment for the school nutrition program be awarded to 11400 Incorporated of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The contract price is $71,750. The items to be purchased include 2 convection steamers and 5 pass-through refrigerated cabinets. The solicitation includes the equipment, delivery, installation, and cleanup. The cumulative results of the bid are provided for your review. Funding source will be approved FY19 school nutrition program budget from function 3100, object 730.
I'm sorry, I'm whispering about you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I wanted to make sure it was your last meeting.
Yes, it is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Can I get a motion to approve item H, please?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item I.
Thought you would have a lot more questions for us since this was our last time.
You want me to call it back up? Give her a hard time.
In item I, the superintendent recommends the identified items be declared surplus and disposed of per board policy. That is item I.
Can I get a motion to approve item I, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item J.
In item J, the superintendent recommends the school system purchase 10 72-passenger buses from Peach State Freightliner of Jefferson, Georgia. The total cost of the purchase is $970,010. The school system will utilize both budgeted FY19 capital funds and bond funds received from the state to purchase the school buses. Based on the state's allocation of bond money, the school system has been allotted a maximum reimbursement of $231,660 for the current fiscal year. The remaining balance of $738,350 will be paid for with aforementioned capital funds. And that is item J for your consideration. I do want to address one issue that Mr. Johnson asked at our last work session as it relates to air conditioning on buses. All of these 10 buses will have air conditioning, so I can add those to the number. But our special needs buses, we have 41, 100% of those have air conditioning. And of the other 124 buses, of those assigned to routes, 36% have air at this time. And just to put that into just a little bit of context, some of the surrounding counties, I believe with the exception of Rockdale, they have 50% of their buses with air conditioning. Fulton, Paulding, Walton, Spalding, Henry, and Gwinnett have no air on their regular ed buses. So I think we are moving that along forward.
Thank you, sir.
Pretty good.
Appreciate your follow-up.
No, yes, sir.
I need a motion to approve item J, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns?
I just have one question.
Sure, go ahead.
What's the passenger, it's 3 different sizes, right? Is it 3 different?
There's more than that, but the 72 passenger bus is the full-size bus.
Okay, but we have some that are like 4.
We have some 84 passenger buses, we have some 54 passenger buses that are special needs, and 48 passenger buses that are
Okay.
special needs.
Okay.
One other comment. We had talked before about trying to come up with a program to expedite the retirement of our most older buses, if you will. And that process fundamentally states that, or encourages you to recapitalize X number of buses. And to do that, round figure of cost is around about $25,000 per bus. And if we do 5, 6 of those buses, 7, or even not 8, at $200, whatever, we can extend the livelihood of those buses 3 to 5 years and take those funds that we did not spend this year or the following year or the following year and restore it back into new buses. That would expedite the replacement of old buses.
Right.
And there's no other way that I know of, and I'm willing to listen to you to tell me how, unless we engage this program.
Right, and that's not forgotten, that your question about that from, was that just last week? So it's not forgotten. I'm working with some other counties who have done that and compiling some information for you. Also, as it relates to expenses associated with a newer fleet, older fleet, retrofitted fleet, I'm trying to get those numbers together for you so I can give you a solid answer.
And one other comment, now, Liz, if we going to take a long time, and you project this out, air conditioning, we should look at installing air conditioning, in my opinion, in those buses. And what would the cost be?
Okay, I can find that out for you.
Any other questions? Okay, having none, all in favor? Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Excuse me. Item K.
Good evening. The superintendent recommends that the personnel recommendations as outlined in executive session be approved.
Need a motion to approve item K, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Johnson. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Other items of interest, Ms. Coggins?
Just want everybody to have a safe and happy holiday.
Mr. Johnson?
The same. Happy holiday, everybody.
Mr. Bailey?
Sounds good.
Ms. Baker?
I don't have anything. I promise I don't, for y'all's fault.
Ms. Fury?
I just wanted to mention Ms. Lumens again. Ms. Henderson Baker jumped the gun on me there. I had it in other matters of interest. Just to recognize Jan for her service to the school system and to thank you for all of the things that you've done to move forward our school nutrition program, to put us on the map so that the Department of Education school nutrition team knows who we are because of the great works that you have done with our team. And we will miss you, and we're looking forward to seeing you rested, relaxed, and back working with us, maybe in some capacity. And just thank you for your service, Jan. We appreciate you. And then also, we will start our winter break beginning on Friday with an early release, and students will be off until they report back on January the 8th. So during that time, I do wish everyone a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. I hope everyone will stay safe and find time, especially our staff members, to rest, relax, re-energize, because second semester will begin in the blink of an eye, and it's a busy time of the year. So thank you, everyone, for your service, and Merry Christmas to you all.
And Jan, thank you for the work that you've done. I just want to echo what everybody said. You've done an excellent job for us, and I wish you the best. And I'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday and a safe holiday. So at this time, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson, to have a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. We stand adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.